Welcome to my vlog. Today I'm going to show you what a day in my life is like on the first day of my period. As a woman who embodies her feminine energy and really listens to her body. So first I'm brushing my teeth before breakfast to get any of that stuff out of my mouth that detoxified overnight. Very important before I eat. And then of course I drink a glass of water. Hydration is important, especially on your period as well, as you're losing blood loss. And I like to start my morning off with a meditation to really go inward and clear my mind, focus on the present moment, come back to myself. When we are on our periods as women, this is when the left and right side of our brains are most connected and equal, and we are most connected to our intuition at this time during our period. So it's a very good time, and actually this is the time when we're supposed to go inward and take a look at, what's going on within ourselves. So then start my morning off with breakfast after my meditation. Today I'm going to do some oatmeal. It is very important to make sure you're eating warm foods on your period. Your period is the phase, I like to look at it as the seasons. So your period is like winter. So in winter, you need to keep warm, right? So eating warm foods, using warming spices and teas is all very important. So I'm adding some brown sugar and cinnamon and some milk to my oatmeal. What can happen when we aren't keeping ourselves warm enough during our period is we can get cramps. Cramps are actually not normal. I thankfully usually don't get cramps. So especially your feet. You want to keep your feet warm during your period because your feet and your womb are connected energetically. And when your feet are cold, your womb gets cold, and then you can have cramps. So you want to wear socks on your period. And of course, if it's like super hot outside in the middle of summer, you don't need to worry about this as much. And, you can still eat some cooling foods if it's really hot out. Like, you probably don't want to be eating a steaming bowl of chili in the middle of summer. But the outside world, environment, temperature balances it out. And then I'm also having a tea. So this tea is called Nettle Nourishment, and it has nettle and raspberry leaf, which are very good for your period. Nettle has so much iron, and raspberry leaf tones your uterus. So after I eat my breakfast, I like to take a moment to just chill with my cup of tea. Usually my cat really wants some cuddles at this time. He's kind of a very needy boy, so as soon as I sit down and he's able to, he jumps on top of me for some loving, but I love that as well. It's a nice reminder to slow down and just be there for a little bit. So enjoying his purring on my chest and then sipping on my tea slowly, just really focusing on being in the present moment. I don't like to start my day off rushing and going about things really quickly because that really activates your nervous system, puts you in flight or flight. So I like to start my day off a little slower. And then I did some work on my laptop, still on the couch, because during your period, it's very important to rest. Your body needs a ton of rest. You don't want to be overdoing it on your period, or you will drain your energy for the rest of your cycle for the month. And then having a nap, because naps are important, especially on your period. And then for lunch, I had some soup. So with my energy being so low, I like to have foods ready for my period, because I know when I'm on my period, I'm not going to want to cook. So having something like soup, either in a can or prepared in the freezer, or something that I prepared like a few days prior, is great. So then after I ate, I felt like going for a walk. I wanted a little bit of movement that my body was craving. It's very important to listen to what your body wants. And here's a friendly cat friend from the neighborhood I stopped to pet. I love to say hi to all the kitties, give them some pets, little friends on my walk. It was just starting to be springtime here, still a little chilly, but warm enough for just a light jacket. Having a nice little grounding moment there with the tree. There's some beautiful flowers, a beautiful sign of spring, a bunny. When I go for my walks, I like to really notice what's going on around me, not just focus on moving or in my thoughts. I like to be present. And another kitty friend, this one ran right up to me, super friendly. Had some really good pets here. And this kitty actually started following me around when I tried to leave, which was very cute. I love cats so much, if you haven't been able to tell so far. This cat is still following me. Why are you following me? Okay, I can't make this up. I have 3 cats following me. Where are they? 1, 2, and 3. Way back there. Am I Snow White? And after my walk, it was time for my weekly call with the Heart-Led Sisterhood. And then breathing out. Letting your full body relax. I really love this women's group that I have created. I am a strong believer that it's so important for a space for like-minded women to get together and support each other, because this journey is hard on its own. And then after the call, I had a little bit of chill time with my kitty again, being needy as ever, and I started to make my supper. So today I'm making a stir fry with veggies, so some orange pepper and red onion and broccoli and some bison with rice. I love using bison grown or raised locally here in Manitoba. They roam the grasslands. They're outside all year long on the prairies, just like how nature intended. And high in iron, I like to prioritize having some bison on my period to replenish my body with all that iron that I need. Once again, it's very important to nourish yourself during your period with your food, warm drinks, and also with your self-care, taking time to go inward and rest. After supper, I treated myself to some TV time with my tea and dark chocolate. Thank you for watching. See you next time.